Once upon a time in a village not too far away, there lived a young girl with beautiful brown hair. Every time she went out, she would always put on her red hood, which is why everyone in town called her Little Red Riding Hood. One day, her mother fell ill and Little Red Riding Hood decided to take a basket of food over to her grandmother's house. As she skipped merrily through the forest, totally absorbed in her own thoughts, she didn't notice that a huge gray male wolf was watching her from behind a tree. When the wolf realized no one was paying any attention to him, he did something crazy. He ran as fast as his legs could carry him all the way to Grandma's house, knocked on the door, and before even waiting for an answer, he rushed inside. Then he jumped into Grandma's bed and pulled the covers over himself. As you can imagine, it wasn't long at all before Little Red Riding Hood arrived. She knocked on the door and said, "Come in," said a voice. Red Riding Hood opened the door and gasped when she saw what appeared to be her grandmother sitting in bed. But something seemed off. "What big eyes you have," she said. "All the better to see you with, my dear," replied the wolf. Red Riding Hood thought this was very strange, but she wasn't suspicious in the least. So she walked over to the bed and sat down next to her grandmother. At that very moment the wolf pounced and tried to gobble her up. But Red Riding Hood screamed and struggled so hard that the wolf accidentally knocked over the knitstand. That gave Red Riding Hood just enough time to run out of the bedroom and hide in the closet. Just then a loud crash was heard from downstairs, and in came a woodsman or lumberjack man holding an axe. "Who's in here?" he asked. "It's me, Grandma," lied the wolf, hoping the man wouldn't be able to tell it was him. "What big eyes you have," said the woodsman. "All the better to see you with, my dear." "And what big ears you have," said the woodsman. "All the better to hear you with, my dear." "And what big hands you have," said the woodsman. "All the better to hold an axe with, my dear." Then the wolf started growling and lunging, and the woodsman knew right away that whatever was in that bed was a wolf in disguise. In a flash, he chopped the bed in half and rescued Red Riding Hood and her grandmother. Then, to make sure the wolf wouldn't try to hurt anyone else, the woodsman chopped off his head. When the danger had passed, Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother stepped out of the cottage and looked at the dead wolf lying on the ground. From that day forward, everyone in the village was much more careful when traveling through the forest, and they made sure to keep an eye out for sneaky wolves in disguise. And Little Red Riding Hood never forgot the brave woodsman who saved her life. The end. Did you like this story? If so, we've got plenty more fairy tales to choose from. Just click the link on screen now. Thank you for watching.